Hey, it's Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of the syndicated talk show, People of Distinction. The talk that gives you an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, alcoleenterprises.com for more info. Email me through benji@alcoleenterprises.com if you'd like to get involved with what we have going. And as always, please continue to like and follow our broadcasts. People of Distinction is internationally syndicated solely due to the love and support that you all continue to give. We're available across all major distributors, and as long as you keep following, we're going to continue to put out the content. Now sit back and strap in, because on the line with us today, we have the impressive Leroy G. Carey. And we're going to be discussing Leroy's incredible poetry book, Goldmine, a book of poems and beautiful love stories. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, it's Walmart.com. Man, I'm telling you, it's a whole host of places. Type it into a search bar and be greeted with all of it. And I'm telling you, that's exactly what you're going to want to do. Before I go any further, I want to take this opportunity and point out the fact that Leroy was brought to us by one of the best publishing firms in the business, Studio of Books. So for my writers out there who have gone through their process, and now you find yourself in a precarious position, man, because you need some help moving that book you just developed. Well, head on over to studioofbooks.com and gather all the ways that their fantastic team is going to help you do just that. And listen, it is an absolute pleasure to have Leroy here on the line. Man, right there in the title, people, ain't no beating around the bush here today, okay? We're going to talk about some poetry, okay? We're going to talk about some love. We're going to talk about some romance. Leroy he's a pretty soulful brother, okay? When you start to hear some of his poems and you listen to the words that he is going to articulate, you're going to understand this is a book you need to add to your shelf, not only to help you pass the time, but also for my men out there who maybe get a little tongue-tied, right? And sometimes you're talking to the person you love and you just can't quite find the words. This collection of poems is going to be a compass for the heart, okay? It is going to guide you through love's chaos and offer some clarity, okay? So for anybody out there listening in, man, if these words you're about to listen to, if they find you, well, maybe it's no accident, okay? Maybe you're listening in because this is something you need. The most precious gold isn't in the ground, man. Sometimes it's within the pages of a book like this, and it's something for you to cherish. Sit back and strap in. Leroy, first and foremost, man, welcome to People of Distinction, and thank you very much for being a guest with us, brother. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Leroy, I'm better than I deserve, man. Listen, I got my health. I have my beautiful family. I'm doing pretty fantastic, and it is a pleasure to have you here, man. I think what you've comprised here, it's a book of poetry. But I'm going to tell you, man, it is unique, man. It's different than a lot of other poetry books that I've read. See, you have a unique style. You got a different voice and something that I think a lot of people are going to gravitate towards. Before we go into your book, tell us more about yourself.
My name is Leroy Carey. I was born and raised in Mobile, Alabama. I have 5 sisters and 7 brothers. And Mobile is the home of the Mardi Gras.
Okay, look, I got a question here, because I thought Mardi Gras was in New Orleans. Now, see, listen, I'm not a Southern boy. I don't know for sure. But I was always told that it's New Orleans. And you saying it's Mobile, Alabama. We're going to have a discussion about that one, Leroy. You're putting out some bold statements there.
Yeah, New Orleans, they have a Mardi Gras also. But the Mardi Gras was born in 1703 in Mobile, Alabama.
Listen, you learn something new every day, people. Education doesn't stop. Here we go, man. Tell us more about your book. It's a collection of poetry, beautiful love stories. Okay, got that. But have you always been a writer? Have you always been a lover of poetry? Where does this love come from? Tell us a little bit more.
This is what happened. I worked 25 years as a water treatment operator. And when I retired, I said, I'm going to write me a book of love letters. So I sit down and write me a book of love letters, and I put the pen to the paper. In about, say, 5 hours, I only had about 3 words. So I was like, this is not working out here. I got down on my knees, and I prayed to God to give me the ability to write. And then later on, I tried again. And I put the pen to the paper, and I started writing, and poetry came out. Poetry flowed out like a raging river. I couldn't keep up with it. I was like, man, what is this? I'm no poet. I don't read poetry, but it was magical. It was magical. And I couldn't keep up with it. And I kept writing, And I showed it to people, and people liked it. They're like, man, you should get this published. I'm like, yeah. They're like, this good, Leroy. Find you a publisher. So that's how that came about.
Leroy, I'm curious, man, because listen, when it comes to poetry, and especially poetry written about love, it often walks the line between vulnerability and cliche. Now, of course, you don't want to be too vulnerable, but you also don't want to just speak in cliche. So I'm curious to know, when you were creating this, how did you find that balance, man? How did you stay in between and keep your work fresh and authentic?
I've always loved people. I never want to hurt. So when I was writing, I'm always writing with people in mind, to uplift the spirit of the human being, not to take it down. So that's what I did. I wrote with people in mind.
I know you have some poetry you'd like to share with us. I think now would be a good time because I'm eager, and I know my listening audience is as well. Please, man, if you have one readily available, we're all ears.
Well, let me see here what I got here. I got a poem here, and the name of it is called Your Eyes. And it goes, your eyes are like two falling stars. They have that fallen from the heavens. They have that stillness effect to blow one's mind from the bottom of the deck. Your eyes remove pain from with my heart and give me the strength to make a new start. Your eyes begin all my days and all my nights. No pain, no sorrow, no life of strife. Your eyes are my today and my tomorrow, my heaven and my hell. And because of you, I shall never fail. Your eyes. Now, the next poem I'm going to read is called In the Grace of Your Love. It goes, but I was lonely, sad and blue, and each day I lived, I never knew. Then she come along, bring with her a new day. Days of sunshine, no rain. And at the end of the day, a rainbow. And at the end of the rainbow, a pot of gold. A kiss so sweet, a kiss so neat. And in her heart, I had found a retreat. For I had found a place in her heart so kind, so gentle. For only an angel from heaven can offer me more. And I am proud to stand in the grace of her love. Now, this next poem is called Come to Me. And it goes, oh dream, from beneath the sea, where there is a land that we cannot see. And thunder is heard as a broken word, and the angels sing of liberty. Oh, come to me, darling, and come out to sea, and be my love, and set me free. But she was a mermaid made just for me. Oh.
So I gotta ask, Leroy, so all of these poems, man, listen, they're impactful. I love them. I'm curious to know about the inspiration behind them. Was there a particular person you had in mind when you were writing these things?
It goes back to high school. When I was in high school, the girls, they loved to read love letters. And they read love letters and stuff, and I had never written a love letter. So I was like, let me see love letters. And then I read it, and then I was like, I can do better than that. And they're like, you can't do nothing. Oh, sit down, and I wrote a love letter, and I gave it to the girls, and they got it, and they read it, and they liked it. Then all the girls wanted me to write them a love letter. So I had to write all the girls a love letter. So that's where it come from.
I want to ask about your title, man. Listen, the title Goldmine. Now, just on the surface, we understand the value of that, and we can formulate that connection. Now, I'm going to say, brother, that's a bold statement when you say goldmine, because the natural assumption is what you're finding within these pages are pure gold, okay? They have so much value. Now, after hearing some of them, I can believe it, but I'm curious to know what inspired that particular title, man.
The book. After I finished writing the book, I said, this ain't nothing but a gold mine. So that's how I come about. Yeah, but I thought people would love it. They would like it. If you read it, hey, I knew you would enjoy it. So I was like, man, this ain't nothing but a gold mine for the human being.
Leroy, listen, man, you got a poem entitled, What is Love? Nah, listen, man, I love that. Because it's such a bold question. Everybody has their own interpretation, their own viewpoint on what love is and what it means to them. I'm curious, man, you can either A, share that poem if you have that available, or tell us what is love to you.
Okay. The poem is entitled, What is Love? What What is love? Someone tell me, but I would like to know. Is it here in my heart? Or is it there in my mind? Or is it there on the other side of the rainbow? I think not, because these feelings that I have for you and you only are deep and true. What is love? Why is it so negative? And why is it so sensitive? And why is it so mysterious? What are these feelings that I have for you and you only? Tell me. You make me feel like the day is at night and night is at day. Someone tell me, what is love? What type do we have? Is it puppy love or is it serious love? Oh, I feel so strange. Please hold me and comfort me and call out my name. That is the poem called What is Love?
Yeah, as we start to close out, because people, listen, you know what you got to do, okay? We're not going to give it all away here. The book is called Goldmine. You got to head on over to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart.com. Pick up your copies, man, because that's the only way you are going to get your hands on everything that he has to offer. But I'm going to play devil's advocate here, Leroy, because as an artist myself, man, I oftentimes get asked if there was a particular film or project that I've worked on that I'm particularly fond of, or that holds maybe a little bit more importance in my life than some others. And again, as an artist, it's difficult, right? Because your creations, they almost become like children of yours, and it's hard to choose one that's a favorite. But I'm going to pose the question, and I'm going to ask it here. Leroy, out of all of the poems that you've written, do you have a particular one that sticks out to you that just is a little bit more important than some of the others?
Oh, man. I like every last one of them. And I really don't like one more than I like the other one. I like them about the same. But if I had to pick one to stick out, it'd be In the Grace of Your Love.
And why that one?
Yeah, it says, you everyday people, you go about, and some folks are sad and some folks are happy. And some people got the ability to pick up other people, to rise above being sad, rise above being blue. So that's why I like that one.
Leroy, let's close out, man. I know you had another poem that you wanted to share with us. Now's the time. Take it away.
Oh, now, the name of this poem is called He Was My Leading Man. And it goes like this. But I was the belle of the ball, beautiful and charming. I possess a pretty smile, and all other men of the day wished to behold me. But my heart was for one man, and he stood out head and shoulders from the rest. In my eyes, he was gorgeous. He had shiny eyes and a pretty smile. This man was fine, and he was my leading man, and I was his fair lady.
People, I'm telling you, that's the last one, but that's the last one for today, because I promise you, when you pick up this book, there is so much more. I'm going to say it for you again. I know I don't have to, but I'm going to reiterate it one last time. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and a whole host of other places. The book is called Goldmine, a book of poems and beautiful love stories. And I promise you, when you pick up copies, you're going to realize it is just that. These things are beautiful. They're pure. They speak to raw emotion, but they also offer wisdom, man. And that's one thing. As Leroy was reading some of the poems and as he was talking, it forced me to quickly go down memory lane. And I'm thinking about past relationships, past love stories that I've encountered in my life. And there's such a warmth that it brings. For everybody out there listening in, man, you all know the feeling. When you are in love, when you feel that care and that compassion from another individual, there is no better feeling. This book is going to help you relive those experiences and hopefully prep you for the ones coming your way in the future. You got Leroy G. Carey to thank for all of it. Head on over, pick up your copies, and get lost in it, man. Leroy, I'm going to just, listen, man, thank you for reminding us that the most valuable gems are always found in the depths of our human connections. And your love poems and stories that you've shared showcase that wonderfully. And we're all better because of it, man. Once again, thank you for being a guest on People of Distinction.
Thank you, and I would like to thank Jacob Mendez and Jeff Oliver for Studio of Books.